Hey, comic lovers, EMoney and the old man back with you again, ready to watch another episode of the Book of Boba Fett. This one is Chapter 5.
Out of
7.
That makes me sad.
A little bit. Alright, so last episode was mostly a flashback where we saw how Boba met Fennec Shand. Now, and also, big development, he hired Black Chrysanthemum as part of his syndicate.
Yeah, that's great, but he needs like an army of guys.
Well, I mean, they were talking about hiring new muscle, so we're going to see what happens there. All right, so I have your comments here, and before we get started today, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, give us a thumbs up, and of course, leave us a comment. All right, so comments from last week. So, last week you asked about Fennec's modifications and if we knew about it already.
Yeah, because I didn't remember.
Well, I rewatched the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian last week, and I was reminded that yes, we did know about that.
How do you find time to do that?
I mean, you go on a binge for a night or two and you're good to go.
Wow.
Alright, so when Boba and Fennec first met up with Mando, she, peeled back her artificial skin, revealing that she had modifications now.
I do not remember that.
Yeah. Alright, so in the comments, Chris Burrell Jr. wrote about how surprised we were about how Boba found Fennec, and I'll tell you, Chris, I'd forgotten a lot about Season 1, including that scene. But rewatching last week, I was reminded how when Fennec met Boba, right after a character by the name of Toro, aka the Gunslinger, shot Fennec in an effort to make a name for himself. So at the end of that scene, at the end of that scene in that episode, we see a mysterious figure approaching Fennec's lifeless body, who we now know to be Boba Fett. Alright, so, and actually, Chris, you commented about seeing us react to that episode. Actually, the old man and I didn't start doing reaction videos until Season 2. We never did one for Season 1. The first time we did a reaction video was Season 2, Episode 2 of The Mandalorian. So, hadn't done that one. Alright, so, Miami the Great says, I enjoy watching you guys. I'm over a road driver, and I just love to watch with you guys. And the old man will always be my favorite. The guy who did the work on Fennec Shand is a music artist by the name of Thundercat. And, I don't know any music artists anymore.
Not anymore.
No. I mean, whenever I see a commercial for, the MTV Video Music Awards
I don't know who any of those people
AMAs, I mean, they'll list 10 people, and I'm just like, yeah. And then they'll say someone like Lady Gaga, and I'm like, I know that one. I'm not totally out of touch yet. So, Miami says something else here, but I'm not going to share that part because, spoilers, Miami. Spoilers.
Don't tell me either.
Alright, so sci-fi author B.L. Alley says, we were talking about how quickly clones age when they get to adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pretty sure on this, but B.L. Alley just confirmed everything. Clones were age accelerated to adulthood very quickly to get them ready for combat, but once they matured, they aged fairly normally. Boba was created without that initial acceleration, so he could grow up like a normal human as Jango's son. That's why Rex is an old man in Return of the Jedi, but Boba is not, and I'm gonna touch on that in just a second. So that was Jango's stipulation for the people on Kamino to use his DNA to build their clone army, was that he gets one clone for himself to raise normally as his son.
Gotcha.
They touched on that in Attack of the Clones. Alright, so about Return of the Jedi, I know what you're talking about, but I don't think Rex in Return of the Jedi is official canon. I think that's just wishful thinking from the fans. There's a soldier on the Battle of Endor that looks a lot like Clone Rex. and a lot of people think that that's supposed to be, Rex as an old man still fighting the good fight by the time of Return of the Jedi. But I don't think anyone from Lucasfilm or Disney has ever come out and said that, yeah, that's Rex. So
Still pretty cool.
yeah, I mean, it's nice to think that, but so far, they've not confirmed that, as far as I know. All right. He also says Omega was also created without the acceleration, but was given other enhancements.
Yeah, but we actually, when we watched the Bad Batch, did we see any enhancements?
I don't remember seeing her have any
specialties. She's got to have something going on.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
Other than, I think she had some medical training while she was on Camino.
Training doesn't count. I'm talking about juice.
Right. And B.L. Alley says, during the book of Boba Fett, Boba is 41 and Omega is 35.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Omega was probably about 10 during the Bad Batch, give or take. And I thought we were further removed from the end of the Clone Wars in the book of Boba Fett, because the Empire reigned for like maybe 25 years, give or take. And then we're 5 years removed from Return of the Jedi in Boba Fett. So I thought she was a little bit older than that.
I'm fine with her being that age because I'd like to see her show up on this series, like a lot of the fans are hoping.
Sure. All right, and then finally, Elusive Fella says, I like how you do this with your dad. You're a good son. So, thank you, Elusive Fella. Finally, recognize. Finally, EMoney gets a little loving. Everybody says how they love the old man.
But what's not to love? I mean, come on.
All right, so thank you everyone for their comments, and also want to hear what you have to say about the episode we're about to watch. All right, so you ready to get into this, old man?
Are you done yakking?
Yep.
Yakety yakety smackety smackety. EMoney! Push the damn button.
I'm like a regular pro wrestler with all the yakking I'm doing, right?
Yep. Put the mic down. Let's watch the show.
As a pet peeve I have about pro wrestling. Yak.
He tells me every time he watches a pro wrestling show when they actually start the first match.
It's like
16 minutes in and they're finally wrestling.
And that's on a good week. 16 minutes. Like, it's usually 30 minutes at least before we get our first match.
Come on,
back.
Okay. Jeez,
In return is that you remain neutral.
With the guys that you're recruiting, which is a bunch of all-stars, I expect to see some major ass-kicking at some point. If this turns into one of those deals where you get all hyped up and then nothing, I'm going to be pissed.
It'd be nice to have some heavy hitters on the other side, too. And you're not just, mindlessly slaughtering, nameless pikes.
Okay with that?
I don't know. I feel like, having
you have one boss at the end, You gotta wonder what they're eating there.
Yeah.
What kind of meat is that?
Because it's not cows. There's no cows in Star Wars. Uh-oh.
That's a recognizable
Uh-oh.
It's
Yes!
Oh! I thought it was Boba Fett.
Yes!
Whoa! Whoa! That is Mando, right? I'm not just imagining.
I see the spear.
Holy shit. Man, that's the good thing about not knowing what's coming. Wow. Doesn't seem to be getting a whole lot of attention.
No.
And this is the first guy that actually looked at him.
I mean, Mandalorian walks into your slaughterhouse. It's going to draw some attention, I think.
Well, unless you just don't want to get involved.
What makes you think he's here?
Well, because I'm looking at him.
Yeah, that's usually the way these things work out.
What do you mean, like you're surrounded?
Really? You want a little taste of my wrist rockets?
You look like the practical type.
I can bring you in warm.
Or I can bring you in cold. Oh! That henchman's kind of fast.
Yeah, unexpected now.
Oh, shit, yes! He's got the Darksaber. Oh!
What did he do? You don't stick yourself with your own weapon.
I think he might have already been dead. So, first time I've seen someone hurt themselves with their own lightsaber.
I mean, I always thought it would be easy to do, but
Yeah.
I just figured you knew what you were doing, you wouldn't do that.
Well, he's, never used this kind of weapon before. Obviously, he did not hand it over to Bo-Katan.
Doesn't the lightsaber cauterize the
Boss.
wound?
Sure,
He's dead.
still hurts.
I'm here to collect on his.
Alright, we cool.
Combination of logic and greed. They work well together.
And depending on how many credits are in there, I don't know if you guys still want a job or not, but I got a feeling that one of you guys are the new boss. Because I think all of the assistant managers just died.
Yeah. I think only one guy got out of the room alive.
Yep. Return of the Mandalorian. Huh.
What the hell is that?
Like it's some kind of colony station.
Sir, your bag is drifting.
So what are you flying nowadays, Mando? After the Razor Crest got destroyed.
That's right.
Who dat? Oh! It's the Armorer.
Oh, okay.
Haven't seen her since season 1.
There are 3 of us now.
So all the other Mandalorians on Navarro died? You know what the dark saber does?
Kills people.
Yeah.
Just like any lightsaber.
But it also gives the user the right to rule Mandalore.
I mean, that'd be better if there really was a Mandalorian anymore.
If you get it under the right circumstances.
All this talk of the Empire.
Well, I assume you can't just be given it and you can't steal it.
No.
Mandalorians have existed.
Bo-Katan learned that lesson.
Whoever wields it can lead all of Mandalore.
If it is won by creed and battle.
There you go.
It is said one. He was both Mandalorian and Jedi.
I have met Jedi.
Now, that's a badass man.
And you have completed your quest.
I think he wants it.
He did seem like he was coveting it.
Mm-hmm.
Mandalorian steel is meant for armor, not weapons.
Aw, no.
Then forge it into armor.
Aw.
That makes me sad.
Yeah.
The dark saber is a more noble weapon for you to
I
wield.
mean, the dark saber's cool, but it was kind of cooler he had both.
Of the way. Her rule ended in tragedy. They lost their way, and we lost our world.
Bo-Katan refers to this sect of Mandalorians as
Had our
zealots
sect not been cloistered on the moon of
because they don't
Concordia,
remove their armor.
we would have not survived the Great Purge.
The Night of Thousand Tears.
Those born of Mandalore strayed away from the path. Eventually, the Imperial interlopers destroyed all that we knew and loved in the Night of 1,000 Tears.
It's good to have rewatched the first 2 seasons.
What shall I forge?
Something for a foundling.
Oh, okay.
This is the way.
Something for Grogu?
Specific foundling. Grogu.
He's no longer in your care.
Yeah, I thought
He's with his own kind now.
you guys had parted ways already.
I want to see him. Make sure he's safe.
I mean, I know that it's going to take him a long time to grow, and he's not going to grow much bigger, but he is going to get bigger.
So how do you know what to make that? Well, if you make it out of ring mail, then it doesn't have to fit exactly right.
Okay.
It gets heavier with each move.
Huh.
That is because you are fighting against the blade.
Never heard that before.
You should be fighting.
Maybe the Darksaber belongs in someone else's
Yeah,
hand.
knew it.
Why are we taking off the rocket packs?
I mean, isn't aerial combat a part of Mandalorian fighting?
Well, it definitely makes the platform they're fighting on more interesting.
Oh.
So, dagger and shield against sword.
Mm-hmm. He's got some cool toys, too.
It is done.
Game over.
Hans Vissla, have you ever removed your helmet?
No,
Has it ever been removed by others?
never.
This is the way.
This
Ruh-oh.
is the way.
Yeah.
Din Djarin, have you ever removed your helmet?
Yeah.
Have you ever removed your helmet? By creed, you must vow.
I have.
Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
Yeah, only according to your
I
beliefs.
beg you for your forgiveness. How can I atone?
I'm still taking this.
So does that mean you're going to change the name of the show next time to The Warrior formerly known as The Mandalorian?
Mm.
Sucks.
So, are we even going to see Boba Fett this episode?
Who?
The guy whose name is in the title?
Oh yeah. It's not looking good.
Yep. Looks like Mando's taking a shuttle.
We ain't got no go fast machine.
Mm-mm. I wonder what happened to the rest of his merry band. Because the only ship they had was Boba's. Guess it could have taken a couple of Imperial ships.
Fine.
This is going to take a while.
It's a good thing you didn't have the spear. Wouldn't fit in there. What are those?
His wrist rockets.
Huh.
Hummingbirds? I think that's what they're called.
Thought that was Guido for a second. Shoot him!
Nah, he's long dead.
Welcome to Mos Eisley.
You're in the wrong town.
On behalf of the travelers that are dying to
Is
travel,
it there?
Yep, right there, right at the bottom.
Alright.
we hope to see you again very soon.
You need to get your ass to Mos Espa.
I came to see a girl.
Ah, our mechanic friend.
Ah! What the hell was that?
Freaking womp rats.
No? You can't say no, you're a droid. What is this, a democracy all of a sudden?
They give their droids too much personality.
Right, thought so.
Well, I don't blame it. I'm not going in there.
And I'll take care of it.
I mean, what good is fear for a droid?
Keeps you from doing something stupid.
You are.
Dumbasses?
At least go kick a gun to her.
You said you found me a replacement for the Razor Crest.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said. That's what I do. I've been working my butt off. Yeah. Just bring the cash.
It's right here.
I mean, new ship, that's got to be a lot of credits.
Just want to make sure you don't give me too much.
That's
Looks kind of small.
Mind
looks
blow?
like a pod racer. Okay.
It's a Naboo starfighter.
Where's the Razor Crest?
Any idea what this is? This is an N1 starfighter, handmade for the Royal Guard and commissioned personally by the Queen of Naboo.
This is a pile of
Sorry
junk.
to waste your time. Okay?
I mean, it's kind of impractical, isn't it? Even if it does work.
While we're waiting, you know how hard it is to find all original parts from way back in the Galactic Republic? I mean, these are all
Yeah, I mean,
handmade.
she's old.
No droids. And And not only that, dear, and because this baby's pre-Empire, she's off.
Is she gonna add a sleeping compartment?
And did I mention she could jump into hyperspace?
You know, a lot of pilots sleep in their cockpits.
Come on, you gotta see the potential. Woo!
I mean, where's he gonna put his bounties?
I'm telling you, Mando, you gotta believe me.
Just a little higher.
I mean, I just think it's totally impractical to his uses.
Can you stop moving?
I mean, it'll
Just
get him from A to Z, I guess. And
Yes.
Sure.
you say it's a fighter?
Thank you.
Yep.
Great news! I found you a
I mean,
Symphonic Venturi
on the
power
Razor
plant.
Crest, he had a whole, carbonite system in there for his bounties.
R5! See if the Jawas are still out back. Needed a Jawa for a while.
I wouldn't want the Jawas anywhere near my place of business. Damn, that was quick.
Lot of issues. Oh, here they are.
She said Jawas are furry?
If I give them a list of parts, could they get them for
Listen to you. Don't worry about the shape and size. Just get the parts you want, the specs you need, and I'm gonna make it work, all right? I dated a Jawa. I know
What?
I'm doing. Oh, that's okay. I'm working on me right now. Just go find the parts.
You just ask her out?
You know, I've never even been off-world.
Really?
That's all right.
Damn.
I'm a local gal.
I mean, I guess that's fairly common, but it just seems so strange in the Star Wars universe.
What else you got in there?
I mean, being that this is pre-Empire, I mean, you think just any mechanic is going to be able to make repairs to it?
Nope.
Where does this panel go?
Gonna have to bring it to her.
Yep. Or maybe a
Job security.
Naboo.
Oh, Bantha did all. These are a lot harder to come by than some plain old razor.
It just
blade.
No
means
doubt.
better. But you can stretch out your legs and take a nap on a Razor Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a rooster.
It's a badass looking rooster. Are the engines supposed to be exposed like that?
I don't know that it would matter. Well, I guess this ship defies an atmosphere, so it could matter.
What happened to the droid port?
I hogged it out. You know, I figured with your disposition, you'd want to
I
forego
guess this is
the
where your bounty
astronaut.
goes.
Does it fit in there?
Watch your language around the customers.
Looks like it'll be kind of tight.
No, if it's a bounty, who cares?
I hope your bounties aren't all that big.
No, I don't think you want to put a Wookiee in there.
Mm-mm. Of course, if you're just gonna, take their heads like the last one, then it's not gonna be much of a problem.
Yeah, she seems happy, but I don't know how comfortable I would be.
That's a lot of engine for a little ship.
Well, see what she can do.
Shouldn't we run a diagnostic first?
Yes, we should.
I can hear her. She's purring. Send her up.
You send her up. Ships that small don't usually have escape pods, do they?
Nope.
Okay, don't open her up.
Woo! She can move.
You'll come up to Beggar's Canyon.
Just like pod racing. Yep, I think this is where they did it. The pod racing.
How's the handling?
Varric.
Oh, whoops.
Son, you know how fast you were going?
Yes?
Oh, Captain, how are you?
Razor Crest? That ship showed up on a transponder while back in Navarro in an incident involving Imperial remnants.
What?
Just connecting some dots here. She tell you her name?
Fennec Shan.
There you go.
I thought you said that the hangar security system.
What's the bounty?
No bounty. We need muscle.
Boba Fett.
He sure would appreciate it.
Who the hell's Bo? Oh, yeah.
Tell him it's on the house.
All right.
Oh.
First, I gotta pay a visit to a little friend.
Are you gonna go see Luke? Ah,
Directed by Bryce Dallas.
yeah. All right, so that was supposedly Chapter 5 of the Book of Boba Fett, but I don't know. I didn't see no Boba Fett there, did you?
I did not. But I'll be honest, saw lots of our boy Mando.
Yep.
So hey.
All right, so I went in between takes. I did a little search on IMDb. So the lowest rated episode of the Book of Boba Fett was Chapter 3, the one that introduced the Mod Squad, which I believe was a 6.4, 6.6.
Still respectable.
Every other episode is in the 7s. Currently, this episode is at a 9.5.
Everybody loves Mando.
Yep. All right, so we see Mando with a new ship, and I don't know how practical it's gonna be. I think like he's gonna need a gunship at some point or another because bounties and everything. Also, he's at odds with his creed because they find out he's removed his helmet. So he's going to have to atone for that, or, I mean, the
Find a different way.
Yeah, the difference of religious ideologies among Mandalorians. I mean, Bo-Katan, and her people don't mind removing their helmets, whenever they please, whereas Mando's creed, never take them off. So,
never take them off in front of somebody, or never take the helmet off?
Never take it off in front of people, because, I mean, obviously you have to eat, right?
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So, you have that, and, next week, I don't know. I mean, are we going back to Boba Fett? Because there's only 2 chapters left, so we got to figure out what's going on with him. But Mando says that he's paying a visit to his little friend, a.k.a. Grogu. So are we going to see
that on the next season of The Mandalorian?
Mm-hmm.
Or are we going to still see that on Boba Fett?
Are we going to see Luke again? I don't know. All right, so a lot of exciting stuff. Obviously, a lot of people think this is the best episode so far, and there was no Boba Fett. If you're the actor who plays Boba Fett, you got to be kind of like, man, what the hell right now?
And I'll be honest, best episode, could have used some Piggly and Wiggly.
Yep. All right, so guys, tell us what you think in the comments section. Give us some predictions for next week's episode, and we might just read them on next week's reaction video. All right, we'll see you guys on the next one. May the Force be with you.
And all that stuff.